Microsoft is a game changer for all businesses. My name is Prem from CryoSpark team, coming live from Halifax, Nova Scotia. I don't know about you all, but it is an amazing day down here, bright and positive. Thank you for joining for another CryoSpark webinar series, Transform Your Business with Microsoft Copilot for Dynamics 365. Before we get started, I wanted to take a moment to introduce your host for today, CryoSpark. We are a team of Canada and US-based Microsoft 365 implementation expert, passionate about helping our clients achieve their ideal employee experience. We create and support great employee experience with Microsoft 365 Digital Workspace, and our headquarters are based in Davis, California, and Toronto, Canada. We have three main focus areas. Modern work. The purpose is to make sure organization can work from anywhere on any devices exactly the way they want. On process transformation, to help organization on any size to go digital at their own pace, transferring some repetitive tasks to AI. Secure cloud, well, aims to securing the cloud. We take the identity and device management seriously and make sure your team are known for today's environment. Our focus is on leveraging Microsoft technologies, including Microsoft 365, Power Platform, and Azure to deliver this for our clients. All right, so for housekeeping, before we start, please introduce yourself on the chat, share the organization you represent, where you live, and what do you hope to learn today? And also feel free to add any questions on the Q&A panel or even on the chat during the webinar session. Handouts and a certificate of attendance will be sent to your email after the session. You'll also receive a recording and a recap blog next week. All right, so for today's agenda, in this webinar, you're going to learn what Microsoft is, how it works, and why is it valuable for businesses using Dynamics 365, how Copilot makes tasks easier and smarter within Microsoft Business application, and also the real-life examples of businesses using Copilot to improve work and make better decisions. So I want to introduce your speaker for today, Crystal. She's Microsoft certified with a degree in information technologies and has over a decade of experience in solution architecture, specializing in Dynamics 365 and the Power Platform. Let's welcome Crystal.
Thank you, Prem. Well, hello,
Crystal.
everyone. Thank you. Well, welcome to today's webinar. I'm very thrilled to be here with you all today. My name is Crystal Amuro, and I'm excited to share some insights with you today and hope you find valuable takeaways that you can apply in your own roles. Now, just a little bit of background about me. I've been in the IT industry for over 17 years now. I started out as a teacher where I taught various IT subjects like programming languages, web development, and even Microsoft applications. Now, that experience really ignited my passion for technology. And then 2005, I had the opportunity to switch to a full-time developer role in a US-based software development company that set up a development center in the Philippines. And since then, I've been enjoying working in the tech world. But over the past decade, I've worked mostly focusing on solution architecture, and I've had the privilege of leading and helping many organizations implement Dynamics 365 and Power Platform solutions. Now, currently, I'm the business applications practice lead here at CryoSpark, and I work with talented individuals to grow our practice and really help more organizations drive success and efficiency. If we can go to the next slide, please. So why are we here today? Now, we are here today because I have a mission, and my mission is to help you understand how Copilot works in Dynamics 365 and guide you on finding out where the biggest impact of Copilot is for your organization. Now, on your screen is some of the important discoveries from the Microsoft Work Trend Index report. And today, the move towards using AI is happening. Almost everyone in LinkedIn and the different community events, whether it's on site or online, are talking about AI. and everyone is looking to Microsoft for guidance on how AI will impact work and how Copilot will shape their businesses. As you can see, 67% of people said Copilot saved them time so they could focus on more important work. And 68 to 70% said that Copilot improved the quality of their work and made them more productive, while 77% of people said they didn't want to give it up. Now, this study shows that AI powered tools offer a great opportunity for organizations. And hopefully, at the end of this webinar, I would be able to direct you on the right path and give you some ideas on how you can get started using Copilot for Dynamics 365 if you haven't yet. But before that, let's get some poll questions answered. I'm going to need Prem's help to launch our poll. So we wanted to get a sense of how many of our viewers are currently using or curious about the Copilots for Dynamics 365. But if you already have Copilot, you might be looking for ways to make the most of it. And that's exactly what we're here today. Our goal is to show how these tools can really enhance your work and productivity. Now, our first poll, if you don't see it on your screen, you can access the chat and you can open the poll right there. Which area of Dynamics 365 are you most interested in leveraging Copilot for? Is it on sales, customer insights, customer service, business central, or other? If you can specify that in the chat, please. Are you able to? Let's see the results. Okay, I can see Slido loading. All right, perfect. We have customer service and business central. All right, we're gonna cover that for the demo today. That's great to know. Next, Paul, are you currently using any AI-driven features in your CRM or business operations? So we also wanted to assess your current usage of AI technology. We're very interested in whether AI features are being utilized in CRM systems. Does not need to be Dynamics 365. So this information will help us understand the level of AI adoption, and it will also guide us on customizing our content for upcoming webinars. So majority says no, not currently. All right. Well, that was helpful. Thank you for participating. Now, let's get into our main topics for today. All right, first, we're going to talk about understanding Microsoft Copilot. Now, you probably have seen all the Copilot announcements and contents everywhere. And I would say most of the Copilot contents we saw is all about the Microsoft 365 Copilot, which is around the Copilot in Microsoft Word, in Excel, PowerPoint, somewhere around Copilot and Teams. Now, in the next slide, I'm showing you that we have Copilot for every Microsoft Cloud experience. And one of those is the Copilot for Dynamics 365, which we are going to cover for today. But we also have Copilot available in various areas, each tailored to different roles or personas. For instance, in the Power Platform Copilot, Copilot serves as your helper when you're developing apps, workflows, and chatbots, and it assists you throughout this task, making them easier for you and more efficient. And then we have Copilot for security, Windows, and GitHub, and each has different target personas and purposes, but it does the same thing. Now, let's step back for a little bit and look at the next slide. All right. Well, as you know, the pace of change is fast. Organizations face multiple challenges, particularly with the increasing demand from customers for faster support due to many tech innovations these days. Now, many started their digital transformation even before the pandemic. Yet some still encounter ongoing difficulties, especially now as we move into the AI era. Now, we've witnessed a lot of significant business transformations in recent years, driven by innovations that enhance how we manage challenges and modernize our work environments. And one of which is the intelligent and unified CRM and ERP application. And we've seen the business benefits of it. Having a unified system allows us to get rid of data silos and gain comprehensive insights into our business and customers, helping them make better decisions. Then comes the low code development. Low code development meaning using visual interface and drag and drop functionality rather than traditional coding. So imagine in the past, software development projects could take years and years to finish. I know that I've been in that situation before. Now, with continuous innovation and access to low code tools, building apps or automating business processes has become quicker and more efficient. Then, lastly, the point of today's session, how AI is transforming this next generation applications to benefit both our customers and employees. Now, before we get into the capabilities of Copilot, let's address a really critical and commonly asked questions around data security. Now, I'm sure you have heard this before. Copilot features follow a set of core security and privacy practices and the Microsoft Responsible AI Standard. And Dynamics 365 data is protected by comprehensive industry leading compliance, security, and privacy controls. Now imagine this Copilot is built on Microsoft Azure OpenAI service and runs completely within the Azure cloud. Again, within the Azure cloud. Azure OpenAI offers regional availability and responsible AI content filtering. Though Copilot uses OpenAI models, it also is within the security capabilities of Microsoft Azure. Now, the OpenAI is an independent organization, and Microsoft don't share your data with OpenAI. Now, this could be a whole session of its own, but I want to make sure I cover this important topic. And one of the most frequently asked questions is, what happens to my data when I use Copilot? Now, trust is the cornerstone of the Microsoft cloud. Now, since the beginning, Microsoft has prioritized trust, especially because data fuels AI technology. And it's crucial to trust how your technology partners manage your data. So, what happens to your data when you use Copilots? Now, simply put, you are in control of your data. Now, Microsoft does not share your data with third parties unless you grant explicit permission. Additionally, Microsoft does not use your customer data to train Copilot or its AI features, again, unless you provide consent. So rest assured, only your organization benefits from AI trained on your own data and business processes. Now, another common question is about the location of your data. Where does my data go? Now, Microsoft's commitment to security, privacy, and compliance extends to their AI approach as well. Now, the customer data, including both the Copilot inputs and outputs, is stored within the Microsoft Cloud Trust boundary. Now, in certain cases, such as features powered by Bing and third-party Copilot plugins, for example, customer data might be transmitted outside the Microsoft Cloud Trust boundary. Now, in this kind of scenarios, it is important to follow the Microsoft Responsible AI standards when designing, developing, and testing Copilot, just to make sure you are within your security protocols. Now, another frequently asked question, can Copilot access encrypted content? Now, Copilot if you don't know yet, Copilot can access data based on the permissions of the user currently logged in. So, for example, if a user has access to encrypted data within Dynamics 365 and then decides to share it with Copilot, then Copilot can access that data. Now, within Dynamics 365, there are specific security roles already set up to manage user access. If you don't know yet, like for example, if you install Dynamics 365 customer service, there's security roles built in there for customer service representative, for customer service manager. While in Dynamics 365 sales, you'll see there are built-in security roles there for sales representatives or sales manager. Now, you can also modify them or create custom new security roles from scratch. Now, these roles define what actions users, such as salespeople, managers, or customer service agents, can take with various types of records. So that's where we define if we're going to give a user a create permission, a read permission, update, and delete. Now, Copilot operates within these established parameters, meaning it can only retrieve data according to the security roles and permissions assigned to you. So it's worth noting that we have the control over these configurations and settings, ensuring data access aligns with your organizational security protocols and needs. Now, I hope that clears up some of your worries about security. While there's more to discuss, I wanted to give you that basic understanding of how data security works with Copilot. Now, let's dive into the interesting part. Let's talk about what Copilot can do. All right, so most businesses focus on important goals like increasing revenue to optimizing costs. And of course, part of it is making sure employees are productive and happy. And you've probably read about all this in various Copilot resources online, but Copilot is designed to help with these goals. So imagine a scenario where AI handles the everyday task, allowing us to focus our time and energy on solving complex problems that require human creativity and judgment. So this means less time spent on repetitive tasks and more important work that needs human skills. And remember, customers who uses Copilot are just leveraging natural language to increase their efficiency and help them personalize customer experience. Now to the next slide. All right. So to understand how Copilot works in Dynamics 365, it helps to see it this way. It helps to see it across every lines of business. So for example, when we talk about customer experience, we're looking at Copilot in Dynamics 365 sales, which helps sellers dramatically reduce the time they spend on clerical tasks. And then with Copilot in Dynamics 365 customer insights, we're helping marketers. Marketers can curate highly personalized and targeted customer segments by having a dialogue with their customer data platform using natural language. And then we have the service line of business, the second box, where we look into Copilot for Dynamics 365 customer service, which empower agents to deliver exceptional customer care. And then there is field service, where there is an AI generated work order recap to provide a summary of a work order. And this is to support our field workers. And then, of course, the finance area, Copilot in Dynamics 365 Finance, that helps enhance productivity for collection managers and improves collaboration with their customers. Then we also have Project Operations Copilot. And in there, we are looking at project managers' persona, where Copilot empowers them to swiftly create project plans for new engagements in a matter of seconds. And then, of course, the Dynamics 365 Business Central. This is mostly for small and medium-sized organizations. this Copilot empowers workers with intuitive AI tools that boost creativity and save time, like bringing new products to market faster. And finally, supply chain management. The Copilot in there proactively flag external issues such as weather, financials, and geography that may impact key supply chain processes. Now you see we're looking at different personas, but the main purpose is similar, making them feel empowered to work efficiently and provide great customer experience that also benefits the whole organization, not just them, but the whole organization. Now, let's look at specific examples where AI doesn't just support, but elevates daily tasks, strategies, and decision making. Now, here are the real world use cases. Next slide, please. So, with the same layout, I wanted to give you a simple view of the real world use cases on each line of business where you can leverage Copilot. And as you can see, every type of business can use Copilot to make new stuff, create, do repetitive tasks automatically, automate, and find information quickly, discover. So I aim to provide you today the easiest way to demonstrate how Copilot operates, and this breakdown simplifies how Copilot functions across various industries and show its practical value in everyday business tasks using the simple concepts of creating, automating, and discovering. And it helps illustrate how Copilot can innovate processes, streamline operations, and uncover valuable insight effortlessly. Now, let me quickly show you a demo of how Copilot works in Dynamics 365. I'm going to be sharing my screen. Give me a second. All right. Would you be able to please give me maybe a thumbs up if you can see my sandbox environment with Dynamics 365? All right. Thank you. Okay, so in my demo, I'd like to keep using the same concept that I have showed you, which is following the flow of create, automate, and discover. So first is customer experience. Connecting with customers is at the heart of sales and marketing, but it's not without its challenges, right? Your teams are spending time sorting through loads of customer data or struggling to craft the most perfect tailored customer emails when they'd rather focus on meaningful customer interaction. Now, Copilot changes that. So in the context of create, let me show you how you can spend less time copywriting. So why spend hours tailoring emails for different groups when Copilot can do it for you? So you just simply give it the main points, choose the tone, and maybe add some extras, and Copilot will create your email and even give you AI-powered tips to improve it. So what used to take hours is now done in minutes. And let me show you. So here I open Dynamics 365 Sales. As you can see, I'm in the Sales Hub. And I'm going to randomly pick a lead just to show you my first use case under Create. So let's see, Robin counts over here. So here I'm looking at the lead and I don't see any kind of interaction currently. So I'd say I'm going to be sending Robin an email to maybe invite them for an intro call. So I'm just going to copy what I'm going to ask Copilot. So here in the timeline, I would just click on the plus sign and email. So I'm going to add an email within the lead Robin's lead profile or record. So here at the new email, as you can see on the right navigation, you see how the Copilot automatically went to the email tab and gives you the option to draft an email with Copilot. And here I'm just gonna describe what I wanted help with. So I'm gonna say, write an intro email and invite to set up a call next week. So I'm going to click the little icon there. So I'm sending it to Copilot. Now Copilot is generating, and this generates a draft for me to use. Now, if I'm not happy on the generated draft email, below here, there's also different options that you can use and available for us. You can adjust the tone. I'd say I want it to sound like more friendly. So I'm just going to choose that and update. Again, it's trying to generate that draft email, changing the tone of the email. Okay. Now, if I'm not happy with it just yet, and there's another option here. You can try again. You can start over. So when you start over, you have to type in again and describe what you want. And then try again. It's just regenerating another draft. Now, once I'm happy, I can just copy this, or I just click on add to email and it will automatically goes here. Now at this point, you still have the opportunity to make modifications in the email before sending it. In our previous conference, they were some of the clients were so worried that AI automatically sends the email to the client without them reviewing it. So this is to show you that you can actually have an opportunity to still modify your email before hitting the send button. It's really, Copilot is just helping you write a draft email for you to send to the customer. So once you're happy with it, you can just press on send. And if you have set up your email configurations within your CRM, that should automatically send it to the lead. All right. Our next use case, automate. So when you are really busy with selling, and time is super important at that point, so you can just ask Copilot for a summary of new accounts, what's assigned to you, and remind you about your existing pipeline. And right away, you'll see Copilot list that down for you. Now, let me navigate to the main Copilot tab in the Dynamics 365 sales. So right off the bat, you'll see at the very top of the screen are different options, different questions that you can just click, and this automatically gets sent to Copilot, and Copilot will be able to answer that for you. Again, as long as the Copilot or your access or your user account has access to data like opportunities or the accounts, then Copilot will be able to pull that for you. But if you have some restrictions, say you ask questions about other types of records that you don't have access, then Copilot will tell you that it cannot access a specific data. Now, below here, this is the text box where you can type in the questions. But here you see there's a cute star icon over here. When you click this is more of a additional prompt guide. So here you can see a lot of options available that you can use to ask questions or get information about something. So let me just test it out, and I would say summarize opportunity, then I'll just enter that. So again, what it's trying to retrieve are all the data that you have access to, because I'm logged in as Hannah. So anything that Hannah can access, Copilot will provide. So as you see, it summarizes all the opportunity that is in the system. And on each of this lists, I can go ahead and click on summarize if I choose an opportunity and would like to get more information about it. And just in seconds, you'll get a summary of opportunity where all the important details are there. Now, you can copy this, share it with your colleagues, maybe share it in Teams, because you can also integrate Microsoft Teams with Dynamics 365 Sales. As long as you enable that, you can send it through chat or just copy to email. If you want to create an email, send it to your team, and you'll be able to share the same information that Copilot generated for you. Okay, All right. I'm just looking if there are questions. But let's move on to the other use case, discover. So when a customer has a tricky problem and needs help fast, you can't spend ages searching for answer. It's just not efficient, right? Now that's where Copilot comes in. It gathers information from reliable sources or your own data like customer records and publish knowledge-based articles within your system. So let me switch to Dynamics 365 customer service. So I'm just going to click here. Since this is an environment where all of my Dynamics 365 is installed, I can just click there and navigate to Customer Service Hub. So Customer Service Hub is a model-driven app that is included when you install or have license of Dynamics 365 Customer Service. All right. The look and feel is the same. It's just the functionality that comes with it are a little bit different. This is more focused on your like contact center or customer service team. All right, let me show you first. So we have customers here. We have the service insights. Now under here are knowledge. As you can see, if I navigate to knowledge articles, these are the published knowledge-based articles that can be used by the agents to help them respond to inquiries, or when they are in the call, they're working on a case. These are all the articles that going to guide them responding accurately to the customers. Now, I'm going to show you how Copilot is going to use these knowledge-based articles when I need help. So for example, I'm working on a case, and let's just pick one here, damage during shipment. So you'll see Copilot is intelligent enough to provide a suggestion. You see that one that pops out? To provide a suggestion of what you are trying to solve. So just use the response that Copilot comes up with. You can tweak it if needed, and you're good to go. Now, whenever I open a case, if you remember when I opened the lead in Dynamics 365 sales, it automatically, Copilot automatically summarized the lead information for us. Now, a little bit different in customer service. When you open a case, it actually helps you, give you suggestion on how you can respond to this case. So basically, what Copilot did, it looked through the case. So we have the case title here, damage during shipment, and then there's a description that something is broken. So right away, what Copilot will do is to go through our knowledge base articles or any other external sources, if you enable that, to help the agent kind of handle this case. So if I click on this, how to request a replacement brew filter, I'm going to click this one. And see, it's trying to get information from the sources it has access to. As you can see, it gives me a complete step-by-step instruction and information about how to request a replacement for brew filter, a broken brew filter. Now, what I can do, I can edit this if I need to tweak some information that I think would be helpful for the customer. And then once I'm happy with that, say, for example, the client speaks a different language. And for example, in the description, they would prefer a different language or a different representative to handle their case because they can only understand specific language. There is a option to translate the whole thing to these languages available here. So if, for example, French, it will automatically translate the whole content. And then if you can try this out. I think it's better to explore this because it's really cool that you're able to do that now with Copilot. Now, when you're happy on this, I can copy this and I can actually go and try to create an email. And here, there's a little different capability within customer service. You have this option as well as you see in the Dynamics 365. But here in customer service, you'll notice there's a Copilot icon available within the email box. So here you can just access this as well. Again, there's suggestions of what you want help with, or you can describe what you need. And say, for example, I need help to write an email, say a friendly email, and share this information that I just copied from the previous page. And then I'm going to generate that. So here, as you can see, there are some kind of like friendly tone in here, and it shares the whole content that I just grabbed from Copilot. And again, more options below. You can keep it. You can add details to revise your draft. You can start over, discard. You can adjust the tone, make it formal, for example. And then you can also translate over here, again, with all those languages available for us to use. And once you're happy with that, you can just send this. And again, that will go to the timeline. No recipient found. Oh, because I was in the case, it should be automatic though. Okay, let's just skip that one. So once you send an email, every activity in Dynamics 365 will display in the timeline. And another thing that I wanted to show you, when you explore the application, you'll find that there are a lot of AI power tools across the app. So for example, in this case, there are little Copilot icons available that you're going to see within the form. And that's actually it's generating automatically some information about the case. So here, if you just refresh that, it's actually grabbing some of the title, the description, and then summarize it for you if you want like a quick note that could be helpful. And then here are the highlights. So in the highlights, if there are, certain things that Copilot can suggest, like, oh, you need to email this customer right away, that will generate. And since the timeline is empty, it does not have enough information to generate highlights. So those kinds of options are here. And again, different kinds of questions you can ask Copilot. All right, now when the final use case I wanted to highlight involves Business Central. I'm just going to show you one feature in Business Central that is available right now. So when, for example, you're preparing a product for market, so strategic planning is crucial. And one common challenge is creating clear and compelling product descriptions. Now, Copilot has the capability in Business Central. Copilot is designed to also evaluate a product photo, and it recognizes the photo's key features and draft an engaging description for it. Then again, you can fine tune it if you'd like using Copilot also to align with your brand voice and target audience. So let me show you. So I'm here in a Business Central environment. Say I want to go to the items. I'm just going to pick one product here that has some image just to show you the capability of the Copilot here. And by the way, all of these Copilot features, they're just, Microsoft is continuously enhancing it. So for example, you see some kind of bugs. I think it would be important to report it right away to Microsoft. That way they can, they can fix it and enhance it further. And if you don't know too, Microsoft has Dynamics 365 Ideas website, where if you have suggestion like features to add to a specific Dynamics 364 module, that goes to their backlog. And then, the more votes you get from that, the more it's more of like they're going to schedule that sooner, and that you can get that sooner. So I remember doing that before and inviting the whole company vote for my suggestion. So it goes very soon in the next release. But here is, I'm going to show you the Business Central Copilot. Now, again, in Business Central Copilot, it kind of works in a different way, in a much cooler way, I would say. So it can actually assess that photo, that chair photo, the blue chair, and draft a description out of it. So let's see. Let me just click draft with Copilot. So automatically what it's doing is it's looking at the photo and then it's trying to generate a marketing text. As you can see, this is the marketing text that was suggested by Copilot. And again, you see at the bottom, you can change the tone, making it more upbeat. You can do that. And then there's also options of a paragraph or tagline paragraph or brief. There's also some of these options where you can suggest Copilot, how about emphasize the elegance of the product. And again, it's just regenerating that to match what you've requested. Again, it's about you asking help for to Copilot to come up with something based on your requirements. All right. So that is the end of my demo. And we'll answer some questions later. But for now, let me call Prem back.
Wow, that was amazing, Crystal. That was amazing. Thank you so much for that. That is great. That is a great walkthrough. Also, okay, so your feedback is valuable to us. So to help us improve our webinar, to provide a quality content to you guys, I would like you guys to scan the QR code to access the survey, and your participation is directly contributed to this webinar sessions that'll be coming up. And you also have a chance to win $50 Amazon gift card. All right, so I know there will be a lot of questions, Crystal. I'm gonna pass it off to you to answer a few questions. There's also a question on the chat from
All
Roy
right.
too. Yeah.
All right. Is Dynamics 365 the same as Microsoft Business Enterprise? I'm not sure if what you're referring is the Microsoft 365 business license. Would you be able to elaborate more of your question, please? And while you're doing that, are there any questions at the Q&A? Looks like none. So just to answer that, Roy, based on my understanding, if you're looking for the Microsoft Business Enterprise, I'm not sure. I would assume that's the Microsoft 365 Business. That's different. The Microsoft 365 licenses includes the Word, the Excel, the PowerPoint, OneDrive. Dynamics 365 falls on under business applications, which is really if you're looking to implement a CRM or an ERP for your organization, that's where Dynamics 365 falls. And based on the needs of the organizations, as I've presented earlier, there are different modules in Dynamics 365. So if your organization is looking to streamline operations within your sales operations, then Dynamics 365 sales is much more going to be useful for you. And then customer service, of course, if you want to streamline the operation, help your agents work efficiently and really increase that customer satisfaction, that's Dynamics 365 customer service. But if the question is around Microsoft 365, that's a different licensing under Microsoft. That's the Microsoft applications, which is previously known the Office 365, Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft PowerPoint, OneNote, and yeah. So I guess that's all the question. Did you see any other questions, Prem? That's the only
no,
one, no?
that's the
I'm more interested in how
um,
Copilot might apply to the Power Apps environment for topics such as PDF and web data retrieval, automated data input to the CRM. Do you have any demos or information on that topic? And if you wanted to automate Copilot replies, can that be in? Yes, yes, actually. It's not really necessarily Copilot. You can integrate OpenAI with, you can use OpenAI connectors to Power Automate. But if you're talking about Copilot, if you want to extend your Copilot for Microsoft 365, that's where Copilot Studio comes in. Currently part of the Power Platform, which is a family or sister of Power Apps, Power Automate, Power Pages and stuff like that. You have like in your paragraph, there are different scenarios or use cases that I can see. If you're talking about PDF, data retrieval, Power Automate is used to automate this type of business process. And yes, we have demos if you're interested. We'll share our contact information later if you're interested to see tailored demos for your needs. Yeah, we can start from that. All right, sounds good. Okay, Prem.
awesome. Yeah, awesome. So, well, thank you, Crystal. Once again, we appreciate your participation on our today's webinar. Keep an eye out on your inbox for the recording of the session and the handouts, and we look forward to seeing you for next month's webinar session. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Bye.